everybody. And I think, if I'm doing this right, it all should be well in terms of audio. Yesterday we had a little bit of a poor encounter with said Twitch witch, but today, hopefully, things all will be well. At least that is my plan for the day. So I would like to say today is June 11th, 2019, and you are loved. And because it is Pride Month, I want to make a special reminder to all of you who listen to the show and do feel prideful about yourselves in the good kind of way and not in the asshole dickish kind of way. We're proud of you. You guys are making the best decisions that you possibly can for yourself, and that is the most important thing, is just believe in yourself, be who you are, and be the person that you want to be, because nobody else is going to be able to tell you otherwise. That's all I want to say about that kind of thing. Other things to keep in mind, we stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here at Indoor Adventures. So if you like this show and you want to see more of it, you can either catch us live, go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check out the VODs, or go to anywhere that they have audio casts, and I have done the best of my ability to try and make these casts available for you guys. So if you like listening to D&D games, man, have we got a steal for you, because it's up for free everywhere. I would never charge you money to hear us play game. Other things. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/indooradventures. And if you do that, well, then you help out the show. And for this summer, my goal is to, although I do wish to at some point surpass the Indoor Air Conditioning Repair podcast, I am in desperate need of an indoor air conditioner, because that sounds sweet looking at the summer that we are going to be having. So Patreon helps support things like that, which would be cool. Other ways that you can support the show, guys, we have merch. We have so much good merch. We got our Indoor Adventure Battle mugs. We got the Blake Scars t-shirt. We got the Indoor Adventures regular t-shirt. But guys, we have a new piece of merch, something that looks absolutely gorgeous. It is the Gore Blast Stompfoot Gymnasium tee. It looks incredible. It's got Gwen. It's got Kronk. It's on a ring t-shirt. It's on a sweatshirt. It's on a tank top. It's even on mugs. And if you get the ring t-shirt, it also includes a little awesome thing to let people know, hey, where did you get that? The Indoor Adventurers. That's where you got this thing. So, if you are interested in getting yourself some sweet merch, it is in our store as we speak. That is going to be it for my merch spiel. So, guys, who are we going to be playing tonight? Let's start with you, RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and I'll be playing Speedy, or Bartholomew, the human ranger.
Wow. All right. LB, who you playing?
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm playing Silme, the half-elven wizard.
I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I will be playing Kefris Malrezka, the mongrel folk barbarian. What about you, Barry?
I'm Barry, and I am playing Leo, the 10-year-old shadow sorcerer, who is the best boy ever.
And I'm Danae. I'm going to be GMing for tonight. Let's kick things off with the recap. Last time, Kefra spoke to Irina about pursuing some acolyte training in order to better protect herself from Strahd. Much to his dismay, the Burgomaster, Vargas Valakovich, has taken a liking to him and has promised to send a formal invitation to his house for dinner. Meanwhile, Bartholomew met a young boy named Leo in the market and was immediately accosted by Izek again, who revealed Leo to be his adopted brother. Silme received an invitation to visit Lady Wachter, who promised answers to the mystical mysteries of Barovia. Later that night, over dinner at the Petrovich home, Bartholomew's mother left the table in a rage. Now, in the wake of Bartholomew and Tereska's departure, Furshi Petrovich takes a seat at the head of the table and says, "Let's discuss Madame Eva's card reading." What did she tell you?
Well, she said that the locations that she heard about or got a reading from with the cards would let us know where we were going. Is that right?
Well, I mean, that's. I'm muted. Yes, no, I'm not. Hoo ha! Okay, I know what I'm doing. Well, she said. Sorry. She said that each card gave us a different location, which might be the same location. I'm not certain, but I could tell you where. One of them is a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. I feel like that's something perhaps you would know about.
Every single lake here in Barovia is a mountain lake.
Oh,
You may have noticed we're in a valley.
right.
There are mountains literally all around us.
Right.
How
And I assure you, if I knew where a wolf's den was, I would have gone there and cleared it out.
Well, what is? I mean, maybe it's one you've already cleared out. Do we know that this is a future reading, or are we not sure?
It was never a future reading. She made very clear that she was not telling us the future.
Have you ever found a wolf's den up there?
Oh, surely. I've found many wolves' dens. You either clear them out, or they are too large, and they clear you out.
Right. Well, the next one, we're looking for a wizard's tower on a lake. Is there a tower nearby?
Is that all it said?
Well, let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek.
Oh,
But that might not be talking about that certain wizard.
yes, I couldn't tell you anything about a wizard, but I have seen a wizard's tower, yes. I have very prominent memories about this tower. I was traveling one night. I was tracking a wolf through the underbrush, and I found it. I saw it. It was covered in strange sigils. And that is when I met my wife. It was like, kaplow. I was struck by lightning. Literally, I was struck by lightning.
Oh.
I nearly died.
What a lovely story.
It's a terrible place. You should never go there.
Well, if we wanted to, would you be able to explain how to get there?
My son will know. It is over at Lake Baratok,
Yes.
but you should be very careful. There is strange magics surrounding that tower.
I bet. Any
And
good
a
wizard would know.
person of lesser constitution might not survive.
Right. Well, I don't hold my alcohol very well, but I'm sure we'll be able to manage something.
And then there was the third location.
Right.
Was that the shrine?
It was an evil tree that grows atop a hill of graves, where the ancient dead sleep. So some sort of graveyard.
There are many graves and many trees in Barovia. Is that all it said?
Oh, it said it was an evil tree. Atop of a hill. Ravens can help you find it. Look for the treasure there.
That doesn't surprise me. Ravens are a good omen here.
Oh,
Oh.
So I would say probably try to start making friends with some ravens. But an evil tree, that sounds like the wild men.
Wild who? Wildmen?
They are a druidic people. They descended from the original peoples who lived here in Barovia before the devil Strahd swept through and conquered these lands. And now Strahd has become the land. They worshipped the land, and so they worship Strahd.
I see.
It is a terrible place. You should probably never go there.
Well, okay, so logistically speaking, are there any lakes near Kresk?
Lakes near Kresk. Let me look at my map real quick. Out of character.
That's all right.
Leo,
Fershi knows.
you have to finish all of your vegetables. If you're not going to eat the protein, you have to eat the vegetables.
No. Leo's been very quiet, just tearing up napkins.
They're fabric, you asshole. I folded. No, I'm kidding.
Kresk is close to the western border of Barovia. You can probably go to Lake Baratok on the way there.
Well, are there any other prominent lakes besides Baratok?
Have you seen the one north of here?
We've literally been to one of the town.
Yes, well, there is the Lake Zarovich. You can't miss it. You head north from here, it expands quite a
then-
ways.
So, Lake Zarovich, Lake Baratok.
Yes,
In Kreshk.
yes. There's the Lunar Lake to the south.
Lunar
that.
Lake.
There is the coin and glyph lakes up the mountain.
Mm.
The Seer Falls, Seer Pool.
Is there... We intend to, perhaps, end the reign of the demon, who's actually not a demon. If we're going to be specific, more of an evil creature. Demons are completely different. Anyways, would you have any advice for us?
Fershi, his face does not change at all the entire time he's been speaking with you. He just sort of leans forward. You are not the first to try. And considering the devil has not been defeated yet, I cannot even guarantee you that it is possible. I would say take every advantage you can get.
Right. Something on a different note, Kefris, unless we're quite through.
Wasn't there one about a shrine? Something about a shrine to a Night Mother.
Well, there were 3 cards, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, the look for a den of wolves in the hills belongs to Mother Night. The treasure belongs to Mother Night.
That is not just a den of wolves, that is a den of werewolves.
Ha!
Oh,
Werewolves worship not at night.
Oh, I see.
oh.
And I certainly cannot tell you where that is.
Can't or won't?
I cannot.
All right.
If I knew where they were, then I guarantee you, every hunter would be sacrificing their lives to end their tyranny.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. They are werewolf tyrants who live in the hills. Excellent.
What do they reign over?
the night.
Do they have followers or subjects?
Oh, they have a pack.
Is this a cut off the head sort of thing?
It could be, but wherever there is a struggle for power, there is always someone who is willing to step up and take the next one. You have to wipe out the whole thing.
Oh, good. All right.
If you are looking for the werewolf, then you are probably going to have to find a werewolf. Hunt it, track it back to where it lives.
Did you find the gentleman you were looking for?
No.
On the off chance that one of us has to go through, how did you put it, a trial moon? Will we try and make our way to that place?
Oh, no. Technically, you are all having your trial moon now.
Oh, that's good. Well, technically, we are also trying to get back to the cave, but semantics.
It is
point.
it is a courtesy. You are bitten by a wolf. We don't know for sure. We wait until the next full moon until we do anything about it. Then we move on from there.
Neat.
It's something that we will deal with when it comes up.
That
Surprised Bartholomew has not told you about this.
I mean, it was mentioned in passing. Yes, of course. Somebody's gonna lean over to Kefra so that she can only hear him, or he can only hear her. Do we want to speak to him about the hand situation? Your hand situation?
Right. I forgot. Not about myself, but like if we had another hand that we were curious about. Not these ones, sorry. Mr. Petrikov, have you ever seen anything like this before? And I'll extend my hands out towards him and show him my gecko paws.
He just kind of strokes his beard. When did you enter Brovia?
At this point, 3 days ago.
3 days. No full moon. No, I have not. I've not seen that. That is weird shit.
Yes, it is. Yes.
That's so cool.
You want to see something that's really cool? And I'll grab the bowl that I have that is empty of food, and I'll just hold it upside down using my gecko appendage to just keep hold of it.
Do you want to see something cooler?
Sure.
I'll hold up the ripped napkin and using the subtle meta magic thing. I don't know anything. I don't know any better, RJ. Don't shake your head. I'll just do mending, and you'll just watch it repair itself.
That is
cool. I know, right?
very interesting.
You are the Burgomaster's boy, are you not?
Yep.
You haven't been doing that around your family now, have you?
Doing what? Repairing stuff?
He does not like tricks.
Oh, he doesn't pay much attention to me anyway, so it's all cool.
Why not? You are such a sweet boy, Leo.
It won't be long before he does pay attention to you. And you should be mindful.
Okay.
Doing things like that is dangerous here, Leo.
You've been here 3 days. How do you know?
Because we've had people who've lived here longer tell us so.
Okay.
I have been here all my life, and I will tell you, it is dangerous.
he can hold stuff upside down without it falling, yet I'm the dangerous one for fixing things.
Oh, there are weird creatures outside the Barovia, yes.
Yes?
Oh, may I see your hand, please?
He extends outward.
He's going to reach into his furs and pull out a necklace. It looks like a wolf's tooth made of silver. He's just gonna across your hand.
Does everybody stab me?
No reaction. Nothing that I can tell you.
We've met several people along the way who have all told me that Barovia fits me or suits me very well. Is this what they're meaning? So I can guarantee you, this was not the way it was before. But coming here,
There are many strange, terrifying things in Barovia. If this is what they mean, perhaps.
I see. Thank you. For helping us with the cards.
As much as I can.
I will go first to the tower. How about that? That way, if lightning strikes twice, at least it's not in the same family.
Yes, we do want to keep Bartholomew safe. He's very dear to us now. I know it's only been a short time and that seems silly, but he is sweet and he is loving and kind. We want to keep him safe as much as we can.
There is a sparkle in his eyes as he says, "He's a good boy." Speaking of which, I think we should probably see what that boy is up to. Bartholomew, you followed your mother out into the cold Barovian night when she went storming out. The moon is getting ever fuller as the nights go on, slowly. And it just kind of spills a milky white light onto the back garden as she just sort of stomps. She has a light step. She moves quickly through the beans and the turnips, and she goes back into the shed. And when you follow her in there, she's just surrounded by drying wolf pelts, and she will pull a long bow out of a barrel and just start shooting arrows into a crudely drawn wolf in the back of the shed. And she just thump, and then she pulls a next arrow, thump, and she splits the first one.
Almost like he is a child in trouble, but he stands there sort of like kicking the dirt and waiting for his mom to finish.
Yeah, she does 3 more arrows before she turns and looks at you and says, "Do you still have a bow arm?"
I mean, I've mostly been using the crossbow, but
That little contraption is going to make you weak. And she shoves the longbow into your arm.
I've gotten really good at using it. Okay.
Yes, well, show me you can still shoot straight with this. You probably can't even bend a bow anymore.
Thanks, LB. Jesus Christ. Okay. He'll snatch an arrow out of the barrel, knock it. Gone forever, I guess. We'll never know if he's any good.
She corrects your stance, micromanages.
I no, Mom. Just it's very dangerous for you to stand back there while I'm pulling back the bow. And so 19 plus 7 is 26.
Nice. You split her arrow as well. She just nods, and she goes to clear the target.
I could do it, you know. No one would know.
Do it, I dare you. Double dare you.
Catches it, suddenly produces another bow and shoots it back. I'm like, what?
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Did I fire 6 arrows or 5?
Or merely 5? Actually, I have a quiver full of 20, so it does not matter. You're dead. No. She comes back and she hands you a few of the arrows that didn't get damaged. And she corrects your stance again.
Uh, 14 and 7 is 21.
Nice, even better. Yeah, this target is just full of holes. Like the cartoon wolf that was on there was is barely visible just because of how many times it's been thump, thump, thump.
There's a small smile that creeps up on Bartholomew's face. I remember when I was little and we would come out here after doing chores and doing this.
She smiles, and whilst she smiles, it's just kind of a wicked grin, and she's like, "Yes, I remember. My bow was twice as big as you were."
I couldn't pull it back all the way, and you still would hit me if I miss.
Yes, well, your father moved the target closer. He's always been soft on you. And her smile goes away, and she just kind of looks at the target and says, "When you were born, I was so scared. I didn't have a very good childhood here. I didn't want to put that burden on anyone else. But when your father held you for the first time, he was so happy. It gave me the strength to think that maybe we could do the impossible. We could have a happy family in Barovia. And ever since that day, you've been trying to get out. It's true what they say. You take after me.
If I am to help the Malreskas, they have the golden mind to try and kill the devil. And I know there have been many who've tried before, but maybe they can do it. Maybe we can make this place better.
Bartholomew. She's gonna take a knee and kind of like sit you down on a crate. When you were born, I took you to Madame Eva. And I asked her if you would be safe. And she told me the only way that you would be safe, for sure, is if you never opposed Strahd.
Well, I must have done something to him as a child because motions to the headband.
Yes, but you survived.
I still feel the bones rattling around up there.
She just put like a cool hand on your forehead. I want you to be aware of the dangers. I can't protect you anymore.
I'm going to have to learn how to protect myself. And 2 pups.
This is what's going to make you happy.
I don't know until I try. See if it does.
Then that is your choice to make. Show me what the crossbow can do.
He stands, loads 1 bolt in, and he just does like the triple fire.
She tries not to look impressed, but her eyebrows kind of shoot up. Impressive.
The only problem with it being if the cord snaps, it takes a while to get it back in action.
Longbows can snap too.
You thread it easier.
It's good to have a backup, at least.
He will walk over to her and hug her.
She looks a little surprised by this, but she will pat you on the back. And then she'll hug you back too.
I don't know what we're gonna do from here, but I promise I'll be back.
You had better, little pup.
It's cold and I want more soup.
This boy has been here for 18 years and not stopped eating the entire time. She just keeps on mumbling and walks away. And yeah, that's the end of that. Well, actually, as she walks in, she's going to ask you, what is the deal with that girl?
Which one? There's like 3.
The girl who keeps on looking at you like you. The one who keeps on looking at you like you pissed in her porridge.
That she. It's complicated. I called her by the wrong name in the morning, and she got upset.
She keeps giving you like an even more incredulous look. Like it starts off as confused, and then it just becomes like, "What are you talking about? No? I didn't think you were interested in girls."
What do you mean by that?
I didn't think you were interested in anyone. I don't know. I'm your mother. You never talk to me.
Okay, escapism wings. God damn it.
I was hoping I'd get like through at least one game with her without getting the escapism card pulled on me. All right, you guys head back into the door or head back into the room, and she just kind of bickers at you the entire time and like scoops up some porridge or some stew and hands it to you. Like the two of them come back into the room, and you guys are all still sitting around the table.
What's Irina doing?
What is Irina doing? Listening respectfully and kind of quietly.
Mm-hmm.
When Bartholomew comes in, she kind of gives him a sidelong glance.
Well, this was lovely. But we shouldn't overstay our welcome. She looks to Kefris.
I would like to say again, thank you for this wonderful meal. This is quite honestly the best meal that I've had since being here. So thank you for your hospitality. And
Tereska kind of like waves you off and is already like picking up dishes to go and wash them. And first she just
Silme grabs Maybelle's hand and sits her back down.
Yeah, because Maybelle definitely stood up to go and help.
No.
But yeah, no, first she just gives you a deep, solemn nod.
And if you do decide that you would like to help out a little girl in need, she'll be at the church till we can figure out something. And I'll say that to Fershi.
For just 20 cents a day.
Tereska's just you can help a Barovian child in need. In the arms of
No! There are no angels in Barovia. We know
got a
this.
kitten on the screen. You don't know that.
No, we don't.
And yeah, no, Tereska's ears will perk up from the kitchen. She's all like, help a little girl in need. What are you talking about?
Well,
Have you been promising to take in little pups again, Fershi? And he's just kind of like sitting there like, and he like kind of shrugs, and she like comes in and like swats him with a towel. And she's like, your bleeding heart is going to get us eaten out of heart and home. And like she's just like bickering with him. And Irina stands up and she says, well, thank you very much, but it looks like it's time for us to leave.
Yep, time to go. I wish we could stay to help out with dishes, but thank you.
Why would you even offer that if you weren't going to? You should have just left.
I'm not the best. I left 5 years ago.
Speedy.
Mm.
In the carriage, there's a lot of items that, obviously I will not be needing, dresses and, hair pieces and such. Is there someone that we could sell those?
You could try the general store.
There are tailors in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
Alright.
are enough rich people in Vallaki that like there's a good market for
Oh,
finery.
good. Perfect. Because I mean, if we are going to continue having you in our service, payment would be preferable. Yes. So,
you weren't going to pay me?
of course we're going to. This is why I'm doing this thing, to pay you.
Oh.
Right. Yes. Thank you for inviting us over. Your parents were lovely. I hope you're not in trouble.
Only a little bit.
Are we the cause of that trouble?
Yes, my mom told me I can't hang out with the bad kids anymore and I'm grounded for a week.
I am not a bad kid. I am one of the best kids. In fact, I always do well.
There is the smallest quiver at the corner of his lip.
All right. Will you be staying here tonight?
I'll walk you guys back to the inn and the church, respectively. I'll come back here to sleep.
Speaking of, and she like gets really not uncomfortably close to you, but like gets close. Would you be able to do me a favor?
It depends on the favor.
And she like goes into her jacket and pulls out a letter. Not her like bosom, her coat. Would you mind passing this over to Kefris? And tell him it's from me.
Like right now?
Well, like not when I'm right here. That would defeat the purpose of me giving you the letter. Just tell him it's when he's ready to read it. Not very good at communicating verbally.
and I thought I had people issues. He tucks it into his back pocket.
What about Leo?
I am not welcome around their premises due to one of the people there being an asshole.
Well, Mabel and I can take him home. Would you like that?
As you're looking at Leo, he's grabbing something out of a pocket, and it's a bag of 20 electrum, which he stole from his father.
Solid.
And he's just going to leave it here for them. Yeah.
20 electrum? Oh,
It's like 5 silver.
yeah.
Other way.
Other way. Oh, ooh. Dang, Leo.
Leo's a little saint sleeping all right.
Yeah. Would you like Mabel and I to take you home, Leo?
If you want, I can walk. I've done it before.
Well, it's quite late. I think it'd be better if you had someone to. Actually, I think it's late, and I think Mabel and I will need someone to accompany us. So.
Oh, of course. I'm terribly scared of the dark. I'm going to need a big, strong man to escort me.
I'm gonna look at Kefris. He's probably stronger.
I'm going to look at Silme and Mabel and say, Leo has been a absolutely angelic dinner guest. Wouldn't you both agree?
Of course.
Oh, certainly.
Do you think that you could possibly swing by the toy store and maybe he could pick something out?
Of course. If they're open, yes.
Perhaps.
What do you think, Leo?
If you want, Leo doesn't care.
And perhaps ask our new friend, the toy maker, about where he got the design for Myrtle's doll.
Right. Right. Two birds.
Oh,
Understood.
I see. Wink.
You don't say it. You're not supposed to say wink.
I have to verbally say it, or else the audio cast won't know.
All right.
Somewhere,
What?
a black dragonborn bleeds. Yes, so
Of course.
Mr. and Mrs. Petrovich, thank you so much.
It was so lovely. Your
for-
house is beautiful.
It really is. It's very quaint. It's very rustic.
Yes, the wolf pelts.
Really tie it all together. Just
I don't like them.
First,
I repaired your napkin.
Fershie has not moved at all from his spot. He's just kind of sitting there with his hands folded, and he nods again. And Tereska will actually approach the two of you and kind of wag a finger at you guys and say, but it looks... Hold on. I'm not Mabel. Bartholomew. It looks like my son is going to be following you pups around and making sure you don't make fools of yourselves out here in Brovia. So you better listen to him, because he's going to be keeping you alive.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
we always do our best.
I kept him alive.
And if you meet your end out in that terrible place, it is your own fault. And she just turns around, kind of waving her hands.
I made a promise to a 10-year-old girl that I wasn't going to die, and I fully plan on keeping that. Wasn't so much a
Sylvia's just
promise
like-
as it was a threat, but
Sylvia's face to the ground like, I'm getting yelled at. No.
I have problems with female authority.
It's true. And she like turns and walks out the door like, good night, Speedy.
he's coming
She's
with
walking
us.
out. Yeah.
I know.
He whistles for his dog.
I will extend my arm out for Irina, and then I'll put my hand down for Myrtle to see if she'll take it, so that way we can walk together.
What?
The little girl.
Myrtle actually isn't standing next to you. She's
Oh.
standing next to Fershie. But she notices that you are looking for her, and she will come up to you.
And I'll get down and say, do you want to stay here?
She just kind of looks back at Fershi and then looks up at you and shrugs.
And I'll look up at Fershi and just... She's very tiny. She probably wouldn't eat a whole lot.
She could stay in my room.
You
I'll
can
be away
tell-
for a while.
You can tell that Fershi is not the person that needs to be convinced.
Oh.
Lamb! he ducks his head a little bit and says, I will speak to my wife. I'll see what I can do.
It's fair. Come along, Myrtle. And get you a place to call your own soon enough.
Yep. She takes your hand, but she keeps looking back at Fershi.
Yep.
In the arms.
If possible, I'll, like, pick her up so that way she can have her head facing backwards so it's not as much of a kid liability with them, like, constantly looking around the shoulder. Like, I can just keep them kind of nestled against the chest so that way they can look behind.
And as you guys are walking out, Bartholomew, you can hear your mother kind of muttering under her breath as she looks at Fershi, just kind of watching them leave. It's the same look. And you guys head off into the night. Now, who all is traveling together? Is it a big, huge group?
I think we're gonna
Currently.
split after a while, right?
Yeah. All right. So you gotta get down to the market square and then split off
Yeah.
to where everybody is going. Kefris, are you heading directly to the church to drop off
Yes.
Irina and okay. Team Silme is heading to the toy maker shop. Is Bartholomew going to escort them the entire way there? Or are you going to split off once you get to the town square? I imagine, like, your problem with going with them was going near the Burgomaster's house. Or when they
So
dropped off.
it would be like we go up to the market, then we branch off, and then Bartholomew will keep walking with Irina, Kefris, and Myrtle.
Okay.
Kefris, will you be
Bye.
returning to the inn?
I might be. I still have a room at the church,
Okay,
and I think the people there might need me.
right. Alright. I'll just meet you at the church tomorrow then.
Or the bar, if you want. After dinner drinks.
Sure.
All right. Or tomorrow. Either way works. Let's plan on having after dinner drinks tomorrow, since we still have to get Leo home. And he, I know, is too young to have had any wine yet.
They start them here young.
Oh, really? Now I don't feel
Water
nearly
down.
as bad.
They water it down.
They-
Did
Well-
they not water yours down? Father fucking lied to me.
Different town, different rules, I guess. I don't know.
Now I'm picturing a drunk Leo.
Or
As a child.
Fireball!
unless
All right.
Speedy, you would like to get drinks, and then the three of us can just wait for Maybelle and Silme.
But tonight or tomorrow? I feel like we shouldn't be out after midnight, after dark, right?
Actually, yes, that is a very good point. So
The problem with that being is
tomorrow.
it's not all the time.
lunch. We'll get lunch. Lunch is good.
Right.
I know a great place with avocado and like it's just
Is it on toast? Because
Do you
I
know
do
where
have
it is?
avocado toast.
Do you know where it is?
Leo,
Where is this
that's a
avocado?
trap. You will never own a home.
I look over to Irina. What's an avocado?
Oh my god.
Oh, Irina, before we go, boys, would you mind creating a small wall for me, blocking view?
Sure.
I just wanted. Kefris had said that he had talked to you about what it was like in the sun, and I can't show you what it was like, but I can kind of let you feel what the sun would feel like if you were interested.
I trust you, so let's give it a shot.
Right. Just give me your arms. And she's going to have her hold out her forearms.
Forming a wall.
And she's going to use prestidigitation.
She does. She's still wearing one of the Ilmater cords.
Oh, right. She's going to cast prestidigitation to create a warm, like, what the sun would feel like on your skin on her forearms.
She looks surprised. So warm.
Depending on where you are, yes.
It's like a fire, but everywhere.
Not quite as intense, but depending on where you're from. Again. But I can do other things as well. I think I have something that allows me to show you, but I don't know it as of yet.
I think you should reserve that from when we're out of town.
Right.
You are filled with many surprises, Silme.
Thank you.
How come I get in trouble for repairing a napkin, but no one yells at her?
Bad Silme Mauresca. I don't know.
Oh, young master.
I'm gonna go sulk. I'm just gonna go sulk.
We'll go after him.
Yeah.
Good night. Speedy, please make it home safe after you drop them off. If you have any issues, just yell and we'll be on our way.
Well, this is his town. I'm sure he'll be fine. He can handle himself.
There were vampires here the other day.
Wait, there were vampire? What?
Nope. No, they were
Nope.
not.
What?
Actually,
No?
What?
All right, look.
Look, kid.
It's very dangerous out. But
Where were the vampires?
they're all gone now. We burned them alive.
How? You burnt.
There was no
were they?
confirmation.
There were so many of them, but we brought the house down on them.
Kefris.
What house?
Okay, you know what? Toys. We're gonna think about toys now, Kefris.
Fire, vampires have been brought down. I want to hear this story.
Hey. So, you know what happens with children when they talk a lot and they are also the Burgomaster's son?
They help someone from getting their throat ripped off by an older brother.
I was talking to Kefris. Because he's basically blabbing our secrets to you, who is the Burgomaster's son.
The Burgomaster already approached me and has been screaming it out across the streets all day.
Yeah, that sounds like
He
him.
invited me to a fancy dinner party, Speedy.
He is very noisy.
He's very loud.
Fancy dinner party, you say?
Yep.
You're coming to dinner tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. I have yet to receive an invitation.
Does he know where you're staying?
No.
I'll tell him. Where are you staying?
I am staying at the church.
The church. Okay. I'll bring the invitation.
Nice.
Yes, you will.
Is everyone else coming?
Only if we are invited.
Yeah.
Irina, are you coming?
What?
What?
Honestly, if I am invited, I will come.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about the little kid?
It seems like it would be a bit much for her. A lot going on.
5 invites. Done. He's like, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Well, now that we've got this under control, Irina, take care of the boys, please. We will see you tomorrow for breakfast.
Yes.
All right.
Should bring breakfast to the church.
Of course.
Yes.
I'll meet you and Maybell at the Blue Water Inn tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Bye, friends.
Good night.
We split.
All right, that they do. All right, let's follow Kefris, Irina, and Bartholomew.
All right.
They'll walk back to the church. Does anything happen on the way back to the church? Shall we cover this at all?
Not that I remember. I have some important piece of RP in my back pocket, quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to see if Speedy had any wine on him, or if he would be able to grab some while we got back to the church. So I have something.
And Kefris, you've been hanging out with Irina for a while now. She's a little tense around Bartholomew.
Yeah, I kind of read that part.
Bartholomew is standing like 10 feet away from her at any given time.
So, Speedy, do you have any wine?
I could have like a wine skin on me, right?
You bought and uncorked some wine in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say bought, I mean you took it from behind the counter and dropped some electrum on the table.
I have no money. I have never had money. But I can pay you back. We are good for it.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you. And tell your family thank you for dinner as well. I thought it really was delicious.
I'm glad someone did.
I'll pretty much eat anything, so. Where did that come from?
Rubbing on the microphone.
Oh.
Wait, you're taking the bottle with you, or?
Oh, yes, that was going to be the intention.
Well, as they are, he fishes the letter out of his back pocket and then like puts it with the bottle.
What's this?
The bottle's from me. The letter's from your sister. She asked me to give it to you.
I see.
She was very concerned when she gave it to me.
Understandable. It's been a while since I've gotten one of these. Thank you. And he'll just put his hand on Speedy's shoulder and just thank you for everything. I told your father that I would at least try and keep you alive. And I plan to make good on that.
And
Or
I'll try not to lead us into any ambushes.
at the very least, if there's a lightning bolt that's coming, I'll take it so you don't have to.
He told you about that story?
Yes. It was very romantic.
He was like, kablow.
That
Yeah,
one.
that's how I said it, yes. Right. Don't worry about it, Kefris.
Bartholomew. Have a good
That's
night.
a little weird for me. Speedy's fine.
All right. Have a good night, Speedy.
He takes a knee, ruffles
In this
the
place.
kid's hair.
Even in this place, you take the knee. That's all right. You ruffling the kid's hair.
Yeah.
Yep. Myrtle's hair gets all messed up. And Irina reaches down and smooths it out.
Bartholomew quickly stands up and just goes, "Good night, Irina," and walks away.
Bartholomew.
Power walk, power walk, power
Yep,
walk.
power walk.
Okay.
And as soon as Bartholomew is gone, Irina kind of turns to Kafris. His parents seemed nice.
They seemed like genuinely lovely, if not a little terrifying individuals.
It's normal for here,
Honestly, no, yes.
But Barovian standards, very, very good people, yes.
And I figured this is more of a thing for your culture. So here. And he gives her the wine that he got from Speedy, or at least the wine skin.
This is... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hope it isn't watered down.
He is hoping. Now, let's get...
She'll take a swig and actually hand it to you.
Yeah, I'll drink with her. And as we're sharing drinks, I will offer to read Von Richten's journal to her and Myrtle to kind of like help Myrtle fall asleep.
Yeah, she's on board for that.
Yeah, so that's
Like-
my evening, is reading books.
All right. And, like, Myrtle actually takes forever to fall
Of
asleep.
course she would.
Like, she's that kid that, like, is too interested in the story, so she just, like, keeps on trying to stay awake. So you and Irina will actually switch off a couple of times when
Okay.
you get tired, and eventually Myrtle does nod off, but it is a valiant fight. She keeps it up late into the night. So let's catch up with Team Silme.
I do have a letter I'm going to read as well.
Oh, did he hand you the letter?
He did hand me the letter.
Sorry,
but
Irina got distracted by a cat.
that's
briefly.
okay. I was going to wait until it was after Irina asleep as well, like where I could just kind of be by myself and read this letter.
I gotcha. All right. Do you want to read it out loud, or
It is a very
this...
long letter.
It is a long letter.
I have no.
All
While other things are happening, I will read this letter.
right. Okay.
That is my plan.
Should we make this letter available somewhere?
Yes, I will post it on the Patreon.
All right. Or that letter's going to be on the Patreon, and
Don't post it. My handwriting is atrocious.
yeah.
Did you have to heart every single eye?
I'm not that dude. No, come on. I'm not that kind of girl.
Are you?
Maybell is. She went
Maybell
back to helping
totally
guys
is.
for her.
She went back and did all the spell checking, corrected the grammar.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Oh my god.
And then she hearted all the eyes. All right, Team Silme, y'all are heading down to the market area. Are you going to be selling your dresses and things as well?
If there's enough time, it's kind of late, right?
It is pretty late.
Yeah, so probably just go to the toy maker tonight and then,
All right, that might be a tomorrow problem.
yeah.
Alrighty. All
Am I
right,
too quiet, by the way? Can you guys hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Okay.
How's everybody else doing? I might just be deaf and like have everybody turned all the way up. Because that's not untrue. Keener ears ain't so keen. Oh, all right.
You're muted, Indo.
To the toy maker.
To the toy maker. So after only a moment's thought, you remember how every single toy you found in Barovia has a tag on it somewhere that says "He's no fun, he's no Blinsky." So you are able to quickly find this gaudy shop, pretty much in the middle of the market district. And I'm pretty sure Leo might even be able to lead you to it. This seems like something that a young child would have taken notice of at some point. And you go to Blinsky Toys. It has a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, and it's got a B engraved on both sides. And it's got lead framed arched windows in the front, and you can see like just a jumbled display of a bunch of different kinds of toys. And there are like a bunch of signs that all have his catchphrase: "He's no fun, he's no Blinsky."
Mm-hmm. Is there anything I should know about this gentleman before we walk inside?
I don't think
Is there
Leo's
anything Silme you should know?
I don't think Leo's ever gone inside there. He just kind of like looked at the toys in the windows.
She's gonna offer him her hand. All right. Now I don't pick out whatever you want. All right, because you are very good at dinner.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything in particular you want me looking for?
No, this is a treat for you.
Okay, just making sure I'm not being used.
Of course not. I'm not some shifter character. I don't know what you mean. We go inside.
All right. You open up the door and it has a little bell that jingles on the top, and you walk into the toy maker shop. And like, it is pretty late in the evening at this point. Light has started to... Actually, I already described the moon being high in the sky. So, like, moonlight shines in through the windows and kind of cast a ghastly light on all of these strange toys. You see, there tends to be kind of a theme here. There's a mobile hanging from the ceiling of a bunch of bats, and the wind kind of catches them, and all their little wings start to flutter. You can see that there is a little clockwork wind-up hag that has a cauldron that a little child keeps on poking its head out of, and then the hag like bops it on the head with a broom and it goes back in.
I feel like that's in poor taste.
There's another one that is a little stuffed doll of a hunter. And Maybelle kind of walks up to it and looks at it, and she looks at the bottom end of it and she kind of like pokes it, and then like it turns inside out and turns into a werewolf.
Interesting. Hello? Hello?
You can hear a scrambling from the back. And whoever is like on his way over is just kind of like, "Oh, wait there for just a second, I'm on my way." And Leo, you are kind of like looking around the room at all of these strange toys and stuff like that. And this little stuffed monkey that looks remarkably realistic right next to you blinks and then looks at you and then screeches.
I'll screech back.
All right, you scare it and it goes skittering away into the other room. And out walks a heavyset man with kind of a goatee. He seems to be wearing his civilian clothes, as it were, but he very quickly like puts a jester's hat on his head and you can hear the bells jingling. And he's just all like, "Oh, welcome friends, welcome to the House of Blinsky.
Hello.
Happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices."
Oh, lovely. We are
Perhaps
just,
you know a little child in need of a little toy for girl or boy.
we do. Leo is going to pick out his own toy, and I am looking for a doll for a little girl that we are going to go visit tomorrow.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, I looking for a toy for the boy. Do you see anything that you like?
Roll a perception check.
Roll a perception check? Yeah, do that.
That is a 17.
17.
Wow.
All right, what sorts of things is Leo interested in as far as toys go?
It's been a while since I was 10. That's 20 years. I don't know. Like,
Would he be more interested in something that has like a purpose, or would he be more interested in something that like has like some sort of action, like an action figure, or blocks? Is he a Lego kid?
Is there an action figure of Strahd?
Actually, you see a ventriloquist's dummy of Strahd, and it is a masculine depiction of Strahd, with like the classic kind of count like flappy mouth with the big huge fangs. It is frankly an offensive image of Strahd, just like. And kind of like derpy looking with like the painted on face. It's a wooden ventriloquist's dummy, but it is definitely supposed to be Strahd.
Well, you know what Leo's looking at.
Is that the one that he's looking at?
Yep.
Oh, I see that you like our little God. I see you like our little tribute here, and he like will pick it up and like put his hand up in there, and he's all like, "Blah blah blah."
That's not what she looks like at all.
Pardon me?
That's supposed to be Strahd, correct?
Oh yes, of course. This is Strahd von Zarovich. Ah, blah blah blah.
Strahd is a
Oh no! It's getting me!
She's gonna turn to Leo like, is this offensive? This isn't like, Maybell, is this offensive? This looks offensive to me.
Maybell's just got a hand over her mouth and like wide eyes, just like, I can't believe somebody would joke about something like this.
Yes. All right, Leo. Whatever you want, dear.
How much?
9 silver pieces.
Silver? You take silver here?
Yes, well, you know, most people who are from here
Good letter.
don't really like what I have to offer.
He's crying because he takes silver. All right. Yes, of course. If that's what you want, Leo.
Yes, please.
And we are looking for a doll. Like a little. Leo, you've seen.
Why take one doll when you can have 6? And he like picks up like a wooden nesting doll, and he like unscrews it a little bit, and he like pops it off, and it just looks like a kind of a nice little Barovian lady. And he like unscrews it, pops it off, and sticks it down, and there's another one inside. He keeps on popping them off, and they get older as they go down until there's like a little colonel doll that is just like, it looks like a mummified corpse.
Silme's just enthralled by this. She is so excited.
It's an entire family.
Oh my gosh! I want that too. But no, I'm sorry. A different doll we're thinking of.
All right, this one is 9 copper pieces, and he just like pops them all back in.
I'm looking for something quite specific. I don't know if do you make custom pieces?
Custom pieces. Roll me an insight check.
All right, I'm gonna use my demon dice. These are my hubris dice. From a man.
That's right, Greybeard. That's what I was trying to say, but I got flustered. Oh, that only outsiders buy toys.
Wait.
Because people in Barovia can't appreciate a good time.
I mean, they have a terrible life.
What?
I'm trying to show the focus, camera, focus. It's a pentagon. It's a pentagram.
I see. I was gonna say, you realize that's a D6, right?
Yeah. I rolled a nat 20.
Ooh, shoot. Okay, this guy certainly got something to hide. Like, he is so skeeved out about this current conversation. Like, he's still smiling, like, custom orders, you say, but like, he is so uncomfortable now, like, and he very much wants to just get you out of here right now. He's all like, oh well, look at this, this is a doll, and he like plops it down, and it's just a doll that doesn't have any head. And it's all like, it's interchangeable. And he takes out a little sack, and he starts pulling out heads and putting them on top of the doll. And like some of them are like little happy cherubic faces, and the other ones just have like sewn shut mouth and eyes. And he's all like, whoop, sticks that back in there.
No. What I'm looking for is something specific. She has a doll that she's been carrying around, and I want to replace it for her because it's been quite roughed up, as it were.
Well, I'm afraid I don't do any custom orders.
Oh.
Just looks.
Can Leo try and just sneak off to go search this place? Because
Certainly. Give me a stealth check.
That is a 15.
Excellent. You do it.
Oh, well, I guess then if you can't be of assistance to me,
Yes, it's very unfortunate. Here, I will just wrap up what you have here.
Right. Can you, on a different note, do you make all of these items yourself?
Oh, yes, I do actually.
The quality of these, I mean, I'm not from around here, obviously. The quality is very close. She's gonna start to distract him.
To schmooze him.
Yeah, to schmooze him.
Yep.
She's good at schmoozing.
Yep. And he is just like really, he's flattered, but he also seems to be like trying to find a break in the conversation to get you to leave. He's really torn by the two desires to like hear somebody talk about how great his toys are, and also to get you out of here. Leo, you're gonna sneak into the back.
Yep.
All right. There's what appears to be a toy maker's workshop. There's a bunch of half-finished toys. It seems like there are several pieces where he got started working on something and kind of lost inspiration halfway through. And what are you looking for exactly?
Well, Leo would be thinking, if I was an evil toy maker, where would I hide the evil stuff?
All right, give me an investigation check then.
Investigate. That is a 4.
4. All right. You are unable to find anything damning. You are able to find a little toy that, honestly, it looks like a miniature version of a gallows. And when you like flick the little switch, like it just like it hangs a person.
So no dolls.
And it has like a note on it that says poor taste.
Okay. Well, if I don't find anything, I'll guess I'll walk back.
All right.
Your shop is just so lovely. You know, it could be on display in the Dalelands. We would have something very similar like this. It's just beautiful. But anyways, here is the money. I appreciate your time. You've been wonderful. Leo, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. It's been lovely. Have a great night. She'll pay in.
Certainly. And be sure to tell everyone that you see. Anybody who needs a toy, I am the only toy maker in all of Barovia. So you'll have to come to me, right?
Right. It's no Blisky. Right? That's the same.
He's no fun. He's no Blinsky. That's right. That's what I say.
And she's actually really excited about this like doll thing that she has, the Russian doll.
Yes.
Look at this mole.
What was Leo about to say?
Did you make Izek's dolls? 10.
I'm not sure. I don't know what you're talking about, little boy. Okay, it's time for you to go.
Izek has a room full of dolls.
I certainly do not know what you are talking about. And he like actually gets out and starts to like kind of like gently like shoo you out of his shop.
I'm going to give a look to Maybell like, we gotta fuck this guy up. Like, should we push the subject or should we not?
Leo's gonna try and hold his ground.
I'm super tough.
Oh my god.
Did you make his dolls? Simple question.
I already told you, I don't do custom orders.
All right, Leo. You know what? She's gonna kneel down. Maybe we're confused. Maybe we'll
No.
look somewhere else.
He said he'd make all the toys. Izek's got a room full of toys.
Leo, sometimes adults lie to you.
Maybelle's just kind of giving you a look like, I'm gonna follow you whatever you do.
You get to see Leo's shadow starts getting a little bit larger when he's getting frustrated.
Oh, that's interesting. Are you sure that you want to do this, Leo? You could get in
He
trouble.
lied. He lied to me.
He did.
Fine, I'm gonna tell him, like, I'm gonna tell my dad.
All right.
I like that sentence.
I'm gonna tell my father on you.
Yeah. My father's the Burgomaster is how I'm gonna call it.
Oh, certainly there's no reason to bring the Burgomaster into this.
Well, I mean, are you saying that Leo, the son of the Burgomaster, is a liar?
No, of course not. I would never accuse anyone of being a liar.
Well, if he says that his brother has custom toys and you are the only toy maker, stands to reason that you have made them. And I don't know why it's such a big deal because, I mean, he is a sweet boy and I don't know why you would have any reason to lie to patrons.
Okay. And he's going to go and shut the door and lock it. And he's going to turn around and be all like, I am not going to be blackmailed by two of the Burgomaster's sons.
Oh.
So the two of you have got to figure this out and stop coming after me.
Oh.
Because I cannot make both of you happy. Do you
Okay.
see?
Yes. Just so we are aware, we are not friends with him. We just want information.
Nobody is. That
Right,
guy's an
okay.
asshole.
Okay, yes, okay. I just wanted to make sure that you are aware that.
Asshole.
Oh,
You
Leah,
weren't.
tell me your names. Ah, no. Fuck.
Time slows down.
All right. Leo, do you promise not to say a word about anything that is going to transpire in the next 5 minutes to anyone except people in this room?
Leo's kind of looks straight at the toy maker. You go, I'll make you a deal. I want to tell Izek you called him an asshole if you show me what you did.
Fair enough. And he's going to go back into his back room, and you hear him banging around. You hear the monkey go, and he
I should have bought that.
you hear like a big clatter as like something falls over, and he comes back out as though nothing happened. And he's holding like a small like shoebox sized chest. And he flicks it open, and it's a half-finished doll. It's carved out of wood and made like very similarly to the one that Myrtle has.
Mm-hmm.
But this one seems to have an even stronger resemblance to Irina. And he's like, every day almost, he comes in here and he says, no, this is wrong. Oh, I'm big, scary. I have fire now. Since when did he get fire? Anyway, he keeps coming in, he tells me this is wrong, and then he makes me do it again, and I keep doing it, but you know, I don't think this will ever end. He just keeps on coming back, and he wants more dolls. I'm going crazy here.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Do you have a reference that he's given you, or is he just giving you a description?
He takes the doll out and sets it aside very carefully. And then he pulls out the bottom of the chest, and there's just like a stack of notes. And like it's just page upon page of descriptions of what Irina looks like. And as you flip through the pages, it seems to be kind of like some of it is written in a neater handwriting, which he will point out belongs to him, and some of it is a lot gruffer, just kind of like all lower caps with like very poor descriptions, as though it were written by somebody with no imagination. But it seems to have been written from memory, or like trying to describe something that you've seen in a dream, like very honestly unhelpful descriptions. It's all like a woman with a face and
The
two
one that
arms
stands
and
all the
legs.
time.
Yeah.
She has hair. Like, it just very unhelpful.
Why?
Has he told you this person's name?
No clue. Mystery lady, whatever.
And has he become more erratic recently?
About his... Listen, he's always been erratic. He has killed people since he was his age, and like points at Leo.
I
Burgomaster.
could kill someone if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is great to hear.
She bops him on the nose.
There's
Don't
two of
say-
them now. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I'll be making more dolls.
Well, I really appreciate your being so candid about this.
You cannot tell him about this.
Of course, no, I don't wish to speak to him at all. He seems like a horrid person.
So Leo's got a tug on Silme to like whisper something and
She
go,
gets down his level.
should we show him who?
I don't know.
I can produce the image.
You can.
Well, I can. Yeah, but I got in trouble last time for mending something.
How do you feel about magic, sir?
It's wonderful. Love it.
All right.
Good stuff.
Go ahead.
Do you want to see the reference? And Leo will cast Alter Self and turn himself into Irina.
Oh my goodness.
One, it's a mini Irina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, is what he's trying to recreate anyway. So
Yeah, yes, I mean that's true.
he is just dumbfounded for a couple of seconds, and then he's just like,
No.
oh, hold that pose. And he like goes and scrambles around in the back and comes out with more paper. And he just like is very quickly trying to sketch the visage that you're showing him.
I
Leo,
can change my height.
where did you learn to do that, Leo?
I don't know.
Did your parents teach you?
No, I don't know.
You just do it.
It's like when he changed his shadow, engulfed him, and then it changed. So like, I don't know, just
Wow.
happens.
You are very impressive, young man.
Oh, and I even sound like Irina too, apparently, with Ultra Self. So, so
This is
oh,
quite odd.
Kefris, you're so good, Kefris. Oh, Kefris.
And Silme just goes like stone faced. Don't say that. Is that quite enough, Mr. Blinsky?
The dimples, they didn't tell me about the dimples.
But
and
you
he-
cannot. Don't tell him that you've seen this. All right.
Oh, certainly not. Of course not.
All right.
Wait, how do you know?
What?
How
How do I know what?
what she's supposed to look like?
I just had dinner with her.
I shouldn't have told him that.
This is based on a real person.
Yes, it's quite creepy.
Her name's Irina.
No, she's gonna,
His charcoal.
like put
I
his
mean,
hand
I'm
over his
Irina.
face.
His charcoal snaps in his fingers. And he just kind of stands up and walks into the back again. And you can hear like muffled screaming. And then he comes back and he says, "This is,
Terrible, yes?
yes, so terrible."
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. You are probably the most level-headed person that we have met in this town, besides our friends, and I appreciate you. Here's an extra gold. Leo, would you mind dropping this?
I don't know how.
God damn it!
Well, if it's anything like, well, I don't
You
want to
see Irina
strike you.
now with a scrunch face trying to... and he'll slap himself and drop
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay. Again, not a word. We're going to go.
Likewise.
All
And
right.
make sure that you get this girl out of here, out of town, as quickly as possible. She is in so much danger.
Oh, all right. Okay.
She's coming
Do you
to
realize
dinner
how
tomorrow.
insane this man is? He has killed people. He is obsessing over this girl. He's making me make dolls of her. She is in danger.
All right. Okay. Could you unlock the door, please? We have to go.
It unlocks from the inside. You can do it yourself.
Okay. She's gonna like go through. All right. Goodbye. And she's gonna like pick Leo up and put him on her like on her back as a backpack. And she's gonna be like, Mabel, let's go. And she's gonna run to the church.
My puppet.
Oh no, we got it. Oh, I got it for sure.
Yeah, I know. You've got all of your
She's
But-
gonna,
toys and shit. All right.
but
Yeah.
she's off to dinner tomorrow. Izek will be there.
I know. That's why she's like, I know. As we run,
All right. You guys run back to the church.
should we take our break?
Yeah, we should take our break now.
Yes. So I would like to say, as we go into our break, first off, thank you, Danae, for running this. This is so dread-filled, and I hate and love it. This is Curse of Strahd. Second, thanks everybody for stopping by. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly pick up some new sweet merch at the merch store. That'd be a pretty cool thing that you can do, and you can go to that at bit.ly/adventuremerch.
Yeah.
Again, we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place, and we will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. And hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. We found some not okay things about a toy maker. What's happening now? I know that Silme and Mabel were running down the street.
I'm on the back of Silme, apparently.
Yep, that's right. Maybelle's carrying your bags.
Darts is in the back of my hood.
Yep. That's an update on where exactly everybody is.
Does Silme have the strength to do this?
He's
I'm 10.
That's fair.
10 is still pretty, depending on where you are in your growth spurt. Are you a little boy?
I'm little.
He's a
Makes
little
it
boy.
funner.
Sweet boy.
He's a
Makes
little
it
boy.
more fun. I just turned 10. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I can lift Aiden, and he's 9.
All right. I was
Okay,
more just
that's fair.
meaning
They're
that
usually spindly at that age.
Yeah.
fair.
All right. So you guys rush from the market district over to the church. Meanwhile, in the room where Irina and Myrtle are staying, Myrtle's eyes are starting to flutter shut, and Irina is giving Kefris a look like, "Oh, thank gods!"
We've finally done it.
Boosh! Guys, we have to go!
And Myrtle is wide awake. Bing! Irina jumps up with her sword out.
Hello,
Alright.
Irina.
What is going on? What is that? What is happening?
Apparently, Izek wants to kill you.
The fuck? What?
I don't know.
All right.
That's what the toy maker said. Do you want to see my new puppet?
That was so far.
No. At that, I'm going to definitely stand up as well. And I'll pick up Myrtle and just set her the same way that she was when we were walking here.
Yep.
All
Look,
right.
rah, 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 and he'll imitate what the toy maker did with the puppet.
Blee, blee, blee.
Blah, blah, blah. Ah!
What the fuck?
This is apparently Strahd.
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible caricature of just a vampire with derpy eyes, just like. "Bah!" Evidently, he got his toy from the toy maker's shop.
Where's Speedy?
He went home.
He was with you guys.
We
I need
should.
to sit down. She like sits on the bed.
You stay here. Make sure no one comes. And I'll go get Speedy.
I will protect him from the asshole Izek.
He doesn't know she's here, right? We should be fine for this moment.
Well, unless the Burgomaster has said anything, because he's been also yelling her name out.
Oh,
I've never
God.
seen this person you keep on talking about.
Well, apparently he's seen you.
I can.
Wait, Leo. In the house, is there any artwork that might look like her?
Voice in the sky. Is that a mathing? Yeah.
History check, Bruce McGee.
History check is.
Leo's getting all the rolls out tonight.
That is a 6.
Yeah, nothing.
No idea.
Anything. Aside
Like
from
money.
the dolls, nope.
All right. Who knows? Maybe he hasn't found out yet. And, go quickly. Kefris, please.
Yes, and sister, when I will read your letter, I promise. And then he just runs.
All right.
Try and calm the situation. I'll go up to Irina and be like, look, if my mother was here, she would love you. Like, just...
There are a lot of people who love me. Could use
But
a bit
not like-
less people loving me.
I'm just trying to help. Just
If I'm being... I understand. It's fine. Let us not overreact here. We can't be just sprinting around town in the dark of night.
Well, I mean,
Currently
it
is.
was kind of scary.
Yeah, currently is.
Ah!
Leo gets distracted easily.
That is making me very uncomfortable.
Please, Doctor.
Okay. I'll burn it then.
You actually set it on fire?
Yep.
I am
That's all
even
right.
more uncomfortable now. You have set something in fire inside of my room.
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
There is
I'll just
no
leave it on
reason-
fire and just walk off and be like, can't do anything right.
Oh, Leo.
Maybe I'll throw a blanket over it.
Lost my toy trying to cheer someone up.
What were you
Right.
able to learn? Why are we so concerned?
So, the toy maker said that he is obsessed, and that he is having him make a toy a day, so that he has a likeness to you, and he said he was crazy and has killed people. So I thought maybe it would be something important to know sooner rather than later.
Okay, that is fair. I don't feel like much has changed.
Well, maybe not for you, but there has been things that we've learned that I just think that maybe you should have protection at night. I can protect you at night. I look at Maybell like, sorry.
Maybe I'll just sort of shrugs. What are you suggesting? You want to sleep in this room?
Yes.
Okay, we can arrange that. That would be fine.
That way someone's watching you, just in case a big brute comes in and attempts to kidnap you.
Okay.
Also, I don't think you should go to dinner tomorrow night, if that's not impeccably clear.
I understand. That seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with that, Burgomaster seems pretty crazy. If he
Right.
invites me and I don't show up, then that is going to offend him. Don't want to upset the Burgomaster. At
Right.
least not until we figure out where I'm going.
True. Maybe we can have Izek go do something else.
Like what exactly?
I don't know. Leo, what is he into?
Leo left when he set the thing on fire.
Oh, right. Leo!
And Leo would have just gone home because.
Oh no! He will wait. No.
No, he's going in Leo's mind. He's like, I'll just keep an eye on Izek. If I can see Izek, he's not killing Irina.
Where did that little boy go? Maybell, did you see where he went?
Oh, I was taking care of the fire, Miss. Oh.
Silme's gonna go to the door and open it and see if she can find him.
Would I pass the priest?
Okay. Yes.
If
sure.
I did, I would have gone. I'm off home. Bye.
Yeah. See you later, little fella.
Bye. I'm gonna go keep an eye on Izek. Bye.
Oh, okay then. See you at dinner, I guess.
Asshole.
Now, see here, young man.
Just walks off.
Oh, jeez.
They are teaching them younger and younger nowadays. I know we are living in a hellscape, but that ain't no excuse for poor language.
All right. Leo, where'd you go? Where are you hiding? She's gonna walk out of the room.
Oh, were you talking about that new kid, the Burgomaster?
Yes, the little one with dark hair.
He just head out of that room just a few minutes ago.
Where did he go?
He left, went home, I suspect.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He's a smart kid. He can take care of himself.
There were vampires in this town last night. Is nobody concerned about this?
Let me tell you something. My brother-in-law is pretty, but he does not adopt somebody if they ain't capable.
Does he go around adopting children often?
He's done it about twice now.
Right. Considering his other adoptive child, which I can assume is Izek, is a murdering psychopath.
Allegedly.
Not high honors. Okay. Cool. I am going to spend the night here. My brother and Speedy should be back shortly.
All right. You're free to stay here?
Right.
For sure.
Right. Perfect. She goes back into the room. All right, there's something I can do once everyone's in the room and stays in the room when they're supposed. I can set basically a string trap that will alert us if somebody comes in the room or window.
I see. Is this more of that thing we're not supposed to talk about?
Yes.
All right. If it will make you feel better, then go ahead.
It absolutely will.
All right. Kefris and Bartholomew, do we need to have the scene where Kefris gets Bart, or
Mute.
I still had the child with me.
you took Myrtle with you?
Yeah, I picked her up because I
Out
didn't know
into
what
the
was
night?
going on.
Okay.
Yeah. My thought is, because Kefris isn't really that smart of a boy, is that grab Speedy, drop off the kid, say sorry, and book it.
Okay. I'm on board for this. All right. So, I feel like, how Speedy, how do you react? Like you're in your home, kind of listening to your parents arguing, getting softer and softer, and you can tell that first she is wearing her down, and she's all like, well, yes, Bartholomew will be leaving the house, and I've never been one for an empty nest, and like they're having a very serious discussion, and then
as he's listening, he's actually like tidying his room, like putting all the daggers away in some place where she can't get it, putting the crossbow bolt somewhere,
Proofing the house.
child-proofing his room.
Yep. And like the argument that your father makes is basically like, we've done this before. We know how to handle soulless children. She's going to be safer with us than anywhere else in Barovia. And like, you know, that's 100% wearing her down because like apparently she can't say no to Fershi, particularly when it comes to kids. And then there is a knock on the door.
Speedy!
Go away, we're closed!
Speedy! Mr. and Mrs. Petrovich.
Bartholomew, your stupid friends are here.
It's just one very stupid friend.
He opens his window and leans out. What?
Are you on the second floor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you mind if I come in?
I guess not. He pushes like backwards.
I'm just gonna climb the side of this building while holding on to this child and just come in through the window.
What happened? What is everyone else?
Okay.
Why did you bring Myrtle?
Because it's not safe here for us.
Yes. Welcome to Barovia.
No, fuck that. Not right now. This isn't a Barovia thing. This is... that was the last town. We are in Vallaki, Speedy. Now, you're from here. Izek's crazy. He's been having the toy maker make him these dolls. Apparently he's obsessed. It's not safe here for Irina, so we have to go. We have to go before they invite us to dinner. Because if we go and accept dinner at the Burgomaster's house, where Izek is in charge of the guard...
Bad things happen, yes.
very bad things happen!
He's walking quickly over to like where his gear is, puts on like the leather jerkin, then poncho over, grabs his bag.
I brought Myrtle because I feel like if I just leave her at the church, she might wander off trying to look for us, but if we leave her here and tell her not to go anywhere because, well, your dad seemed rather cool about the whole thing.
He picks Myrtle up. I'll talk to them.
I'll be waiting for you outside. And I'll just climb back out the window and down the side of the house.
Speedy thumps down the stairs, walks over to his dad, puts Myrtle in his lap. Goes, "You guys are kicking me out anyway." I'm going to be going for a while. Something came up, and it's very Barovian. Closes the door.
Your father nods solemnly and doesn't question this at all, but your mother just kind of like gets like a shocked look on her face and just watches you as you walk by, and as soon as the door slams, you can hear her fussing behind the door. Like, Bartholomew Petrovich, you come back here.
Go, 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 go. Is there a way? Can we leave? We need to leave first thing in the morning. As soon as we can.
The gates would be locked by now, so earliest.
As early as we possibly can.
We will have to try and avoid Izek at all costs. He patrols the gates.
Well, hoods, really good things. Do you think...
If anything, you guys can go out first, and if I see him, I'll try and lure him away with some taunting or something.
Truly, I can never repay my debt to you.
Your sister's paying me already, so...
Well, you know what?
I know. Just leave it at that. Leave it at that.
All right.
And they're like full booking it to the church.
All right. Y'all make it back to the church. Well.
Do we see any lost boys wandering the streets?
Oh. Oh, I don't know.
We talking me or vampires? Because it could be either.
Oh yeah, different Lost Boys.
No, little boys who work for a chap called Petrovich Pan. He can fly. He fights pirates. No, yes, we are talking about you. Petro Pan. God damn it. Do you think that it would? I think that he's been away for quite a while. You probably would have gotten home. We'd be stretching time here a little bit, I think.
As soon as Kefris left, I've got my mother would love you. Rah! Set it on fire. Fuck it, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's not even like that's just a couple minutes. It took
He wouldn't have
longer
even
than that.
made it to.
All right. I
To the
think you
market,
make it. I think you make it home. And you have to use your mage hand to like pull the rope out and sneak back into your room.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'll just try and keep an eye on Izek, but I'll probably fall asleep as soon as I get to my room. Be like, I'll check on it.
All right. Kefris and Bartholomew, you bust back into the room, and Irina's just kind of sitting on the bed with her sword in her lap.
First light. Myrtle is going to be staying in Speedy's old room.
Right.
I've already childproofed it, so it's all fine.
Okay.
So, first light.
Right.
We leave.
Well, what about Leo?
I don't know what to tell you. Do you want to bring a 10-year-old with us on this?
No, but I want to say goodbye.
Oh, Silme, traveling here's probably going to be dangerous for him.
You could leave him a letter. So when they inevitably come and search this room tomorrow, they will find at least a letter for him.
We're getting pretty good at writing those.
Well, Maybell and I will stay in here tonight with Irina, and I would implore you to not come in after we've closed the door, because I'm going to set a trap.
All right.
Like Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin?
Who?
I'm sorry,
It's
we
a-
don't have that book in the Dale Lands.
Is that like a mama show?
What's a Mummer show?
Oh my god. You kind of have them. Anyways. All right.
Sleep for now. Morning,
Yes.
leaving. Perfect.
All right. Speedy, I think that the room across the way is still available for me. If you want to share a bunk.
It's no problem with me.
All right. Irina, Silme, Maybell.
Good night, ladies.
We cannot hear you.
Try to get some rest.
And at that, he just kind of smiles to himself and says, I'll do my best. And then, yeah, to the next room.
So once Silme finishes doing the alarm cantrip ritual, so it takes her 11 minutes. She's going to kind of, I hope nobody has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And she'll put it along the wall, and she'll take that silver rope and put it around the window as well, if there's a window in the room. And so Irina, you and Kefris seem to be getting close.
So Kefris, you and Irina seem to be getting close.
I see you wearing his wrappings.
Oh, well, he showed me how to put them on, and I honestly don't know how to take them off.
Would you like me to take them off for you?
No, you can keep them there. I'm hoping that having something holy on me will deter Strahd.
Right. Yeah. Just a question. Do you swing that way? Or is it just a...
What are we swinging?
that like, are you interested in women as opposed to men? Is that a thing here?
If I'm being completely honest with you, and honestly, I'm flattered. But I am not interested in a relationship with anyone right now. You're very beautiful.
No. I am spoken for. Thank you.
I'm kind of being pursued by a strange man with a demonic arm and a vampire that charms me into approaching her, and she drinks my lifeblood.
Right. No, that's what I was implying with Strahd, not with me.
Like, maybe one day when I can be the pursuer, but right now I'm not interested in anyone.
Any relate? Okay, good. I mean, everyone has their own things. Are you comfortable? I will sleep on the bed on the floor on a bed sheet.
The bed is big and Myrtle is no longer here. I think we all could fit here.
She's gonna shoot Maybelle a glance like,
Sleepover.
ah! And we start kicking our feet up on the bed. We've already talked about boys.
Yeah, no, Maybelle seems to be a lot more excited about this than Irina is. Like, this is just kind of like, yep, yet another weird thing that dropped into my lap. Welcome to Barovia.
All right. Yeah, so we'll maybe chat a little bit into the night, but mostly just pass the fuck out.
Yep. Meanwhile, Kefris, you have been... You hadn't quite noticed it throughout the day, but there's kind of a spot in your vision that is starting to go a little bit, and you can tell that this is the beginning of what's going to be a really nasty migraine. It's one of those things where, like, you kind of lose your vision a little bit first, and then once that goes away, then like the wash of pain is just going to come over you. So you're hoping that maybe you can just sleep this off before it actually hits, but yeah, that's definitely going to be an issue at some point today.
It's going to suck when I'm trying to read this letter and part of my vision keeps going out.
That's probably exactly how you notice it, is because, like, this is the first time you've ever tried to, or first time today you've tried to focus on something, and you're all like, oh.
Do I, like, closing my eyes, do I know which side it is, or is it both?
It's not on either side. we talked about itching in Nights in the Courtyard the other time. Yeah. This is something I have experience with. It doesn't help. It's a brain thing. It's not an eye thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Hooray.
Do you and Bartholomew have any sort of conversation before going to bed?
I don't know. Was Bartholomew being earnest when he was asking me about Irina, or was that just a joke in the moment?
It was a joke in the moment. Bartholomew was probably like sitting on the floor back against the wall. You just hear the shh of a whetstone over a knife.
I mean, she's nice. Her brother asked us to watch over her. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
That's it. I think that she's going through a lot, and it just helps to have somebody to talk to.
And you are the... I don't want to say poster child of people who need to be talked to, but...
Hey, whoa, what is that supposed to mean?
You're going through a lot too. Your body's changing, you're in a new land.
Yeah, there's
It's like third puberty for you.
Oh, third? What happened to second? That's besides the point.
I don't know. Gecko's suction cup hands never hit me, so...
Yeah, I don't know exactly what all of this is about, but... What I do know is that it's not inherently bad. When Stetchen was here, the very vocal, borderline alarming gentleman was here.
Borderline?
If you got to know him a little bit, he really wasn't that bad. He gave me a look over in the same way that a cleric would, and there wasn't anything fey, fiend, unnatural about this. It's just something that is happening, and he posited that maybe it is my deity testing me.
You worship a deity who not demands, but poses that his people suffer to worship him? Her?
It's a him.
Him.
He doesn't ask us to suffer. And he's not a god that is looking for some kind of servitude in that sense. It is more recognizing the suffering of others and taking that onto yourself. So that way others don't have to.
Mm.
And you can eventually kind of stand as a testament as to what people can take. That regardless of the problems that you have in your life, there's somebody else out there, I guarantee you, who has probably going through the same thing. Except, I don't know, the gecko hand seems like a pretty unique set of circumstances, but who knows?
Oh wait, no, that's fur on the palm. Never mind.
I don't know what you're referencing, but it seems gross. We have that gif now, thanks to that.
Thanks.
But he, as a deity, doesn't ask for us to suffer as a way of devotion. It's not some kind of twisted demand. It is our way of showing that we know what the message is. I do it to myself. I don't ask others to do it to me.
You certainly do.
Well, I mean, again, I did not do this to myself.
Well, no, but... You better get some sleep, Malareska. It's going to be a very long day tomorrow.
Your father said, while you were out back, to take us to Lake Baratok, so you would know the way there. There's a wizard's tower. Apparently it's near where your family met.
Kablau.
Kablau, indeed. Apparently that's where one of the cards is taking us.
We can... That's not too far from Kresk, right?
I have no idea. Voice in the sky. Is it far from Kresk?
It is on the way to Kresk. Kresk is to the west. If you go west on the Old Svalich Road, there is going to be a turn where you can go off to Lake Bartok.
We can drop Irina off at Kresk before we go to Lake Bartok.
Sounds good to me. We'll figure it out. Good night, Speedy.
Good night.
I'll try not to focus on the weird pain in my eyes.
It's fine. The pain won't be in your eyes. It'll actually be in your head when it finally hits.
Oh boy.
But you manage to fall asleep before the migraine sets in. However, you do have some weird dreams tonight. You find yourself in a dark expanse. There's just nothing for as far as the eye can see. You can't tell if like it's dark in here or if you're just sort of in this weird limbo dreamscape. But you can hear this strange echoey laughter that always seems to be behind you. And that laughter will become more distant and you'll hear something else. And it's like a wet tearing sound. And you will turn around and you will see some sort of creature. It's wet with the sheen of sweat. It's got these rippling muscles that just sort of move and undulate underneath this weirdly scaly skin. And this thing is crouched over something else, and you can hear like slurping and crunching.
Can I move?
Absolutely.
Oh boy. I am going to. Do I have my maul? Or is
You have no weapons. You're just standing there. You kind of feel your palms and they seem normal again.
I am just gonna kind of rub them together just to have a borderline memory of that feeling. Dream memory, it's not going to be perfect. I might not remember this at all. Who's to say? Other than the voice in the sky. And I will begin to kind of crouch down a little bit and walk over towards this creature.
You are able to get a look over its shoulder, and there is just a mound of gore that it is scooping into its mouth. And the face of the corpse that it is eating belongs to Silme. And then the creature turns and looks at you, and there's a glint in its eyes, and you recognize your own face staring back at you. And I need Bartholomew to roll a perception check.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20? Okay. You managed to pass the night fairly peacefully, but suddenly you start hearing a disturbed sound coming from the bed that Kefris is sleeping in. Your eyes will fly open, like you sense some sort of danger. And you look over and he is just wet with sweat, and like all of his sheets are twisted up and off of him. And it seems that he is raging in his sleep.
Step 1 to people having seizures: make sure that they're alive. Well, he undoes his belt and like just shoves it into Kefris's mouth so he doesn't like bite his tongue.
Yeah, those teeth seem a little sharper than they were before.
And he's going to shout for Silme.
Okay. Do you make any effort to rouse him, or like?
Yeah, he's trying to wake him up, but like also, Malaraska.
All right. Kefris is going to writhe a while longer, and through the, I guess, make a medicine check at this point.
I am tackling myself in my dream, by the way.
There's definitely like a fight going on.
Oh yeah, we're definitely fighting.
I like
14.
it. 14? Okay.
I'm trained in medicine.
Silme, are you able to actually even leave your house or your room?
I think what happens is Silme's gonna wake up, and she's going to like stumble and like go out the door, and then an alarm's gonna go off in her head. And she's ah, ah!
Amazing.
Oh, it's me. It's me. Okay. In a nightgown, her hair's up in curlers.
Kefris, while you are attacking this horrifying visage that is yourself, I think that we should start making some rolls here. Will you
Okay.
give me a roll? And this is a grapple, huh?
Yeah, this would be a grapple.
All right, give me an athletics check.
23.
23? All right, give me another one.
24.
All right.
Ooh!
It pins you, and you see the teeth beginning to bare, and you realize that this is going to be the end of whatever humanity is left in you. And then your eyes fly open in reality, and Bartholomew is trying to hold you down.
Just... It's not me. It's not me.
What is it? What's happening? Kefris! Kefris, wake up! Wake up! You're alright? You okay? Hey, it's me. It's me. It's okay. It's okay. And she'll walk over to the bed and like sit down next to him. Kefris. What is it? It was just a dream.
Mm-mm.
It's not me. It's not
No.
me.
Of course not. She'll kind of like be brushing his head or his hair.
And he's just going to look at you right in your eyes, and he will be crying and just say, "It's not me."
It's not you. No. Shh. Come here. And she'll like bring him in an embrace, kind of just stroking his hair as he calms down. Speedy, what happened?
You know that thing that he does when he gets really angry during combat?
Uh-huh.
It happened while he was asleep.
Maybe it's a heart rate triggered thing, not a... Interesting. It'll be
What
alright.
is there to trigger for the heart rate? He was resting.
I don't know. Maybe it was a bad dream.
Maybelle and Irina are like standing in the doorway.
As soon as Kefris realizes who it is that is currently trying to console him, there's a brief flashback to the dream and just pushes away, does not want to be near. Just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he just kind of like tucks himself against the wall and brings his hands up over his head. And he just keeps saying, "I'm sorry."
We couldn't hear you.
Not any audio.
Right, sorry. She's gonna turn back to Maybelle and say, "Hey, there's some cocoa in my bag. Would you mind?"
Of course. And Maybelle will rush off and get some cocoa.
She'll just kind of sit on the end of the bed away from him, and kind of wait for him to calm down a little bit, wait for the cocoa, sit in calmness, hopefully exuding some calmness.
The commotion seems to have drawn some attention from other people staying in the church, and Irina is just sort of, like talking them down, waving them off. It's just, someone just had a nightmare, it's fine.
Kefris is pulling very hard on his cord, the one remaining that he has.
As Kefris is curled up in bed, just sort of rocking back and forth, he can hear that laughter that began his nightmare, just sort of echoing in the back of his mind.
What does it sound like, DM? Does it sound feminine or masculine? I don't know. You don't have to tell me. I was just curious.
For those of you listening, Tyler just walked past Danae as she cackled at him.
God damn it. Everybody laughed at you. Yeah, I know. He's still proud of himself. All right. I have a question. After that, will Kefris be able to get any sleep tonight?
Fucking no.
Would be a bitch.
That's the right answer.
He's gonna tap himself on the face twice and be like, "Good night, old chum," and then outie the rest of the evening.
This nightmare again? I'm past it.
Amazing.
He is the journal that he was working on with Stechen's help. He is going to be entering this into.
All right. Is anybody else able to get any sleep tonight?
Bartholomew's
What time
keeping
is
an
it?
eye on Kefris.
What time is it?
What time is it? Well past midnight by now.
Like, okay, so I have this here fun LB fact. If I wake up and it's like 4 to 5 o'clock and I can't fall back asleep, I'm like, well, I'm up for the day.
All right. Somebody roll me a d10 then.
I was gonna shoo the girls out and keep an eye on Kefris.
Leo snuggled up next to Darts, having a good old sleep.
He's just a 1.
Like an
I rolled a 1.
I got a 7.
Oh.
We each roll one?
No, I just needed one
I just
person.
want-
Yeah, that's what I thought was.
Let's meet in the middle.
Damn.
LB said it first, so 1 hour passed.
Oh, okay. Silme's gonna try to fall back asleep. She might need Maybelle's help. Maybelle comes back with Coco.
Yeah, Maybelle comes back with Coco and kind of like she starts distributing it to whoever will take. She's got like a tray, because she's got an entire tea set,
Yeah.
She starts distributing it to whoever will take it. And she'll come over to Silme and say, "What happened?"
I think he had a nightmare, and then he did that whole thing in his dream, and then he woke up and he was scared and crying, and he said, "It's not me. It's not me."
He's never had nightmares like this before.
Not that we know of, but he's been gone for a while. I mean, it could have to do with the thing that's the problem that he's having here.
Silme, I don't need to sleep.
I know.
No, I'm serious. Not at all. I don't require sleep to.
I know. I know. I've
What-
woken up many a time with you just sitting there.
What I'm saying is I'll keep a watch on him.
All right, that does make me feel better. And you'll wake me if anything happens.
Of course.
Okay. Let Speedy know as well.
Okay.
Right. And she'll kind of squeeze her hand and go back to the other room she'll bring the hot cocoa with her and give it to Irina and try to get back to sleep.
Yep. And Maybelle will find a nice set up a nice chair in the corner, and she'll just spend the night mending socks or something. Bartholomew, what are you going to do tonight?
He's staying up for a few hours to just watch Kefris.
Okay. Are you planning on getting any rest tonight?
Yeah, after like the 3rd hour, he gives Kefris a concerned look
Mm-hmm.
before pulling the covers over himself.
Mm-hmm. And Maybelle gives you a reassuring nod. All right. The night passes. Everybody who gets sleep tonight, you get a long rest. I think Kefris is the only one who doesn't sleep tonight,
Yep.
so you're gonna have to take a level of exhaustion.
Sounds good. I did, after Speedy went to sleep, I wanted to talk to Maybelle, because I was able to read the letter.
Okay. Maybelle is mending socks.
I'm glad it was you and not someone else. I think you two are very well cut out for each other.
She looks very embarrassed. And if there were still a heart beating under her pale skin, she would be flushing.
Is she safe when she does this? I know that she said in the letter that she triple checks her magic spells before, and I know that she's very smart, but Maybelle, tell me honestly, is she safe?
She's about as safe as she would be if she were holding a sword. Of course, there are always some dangers involved, but there's dangers involved in using a hammer and nail, too. It's a tool. And she's very good at using this tool.
I will admit I haven't seen very many of these arcane users in general. I tried to avoid them.
If I may say, Mr. Kefris, she's doing a lot better now than you are.
And at that, he kind of just like, that she is. And I hope that you will continue to keep her safe.
I would die before I let anything happen to her.
Thank you. I'm going to do my best to make sure that we can all get out of here. Every last one of us. Speedy, his parents, Myrtle, Ismark. We can all get out of here.
And you too, Mr. Kefris.
I'll try and survive.
Try isn't good enough. Your sister needs you.
I'm going to say try because we said that we were going to be honest. And if I tell you that I'm going to and then I can't, I don't want that to be the promise that I break to you. So I'll try and survive. Regardless of what is happening with me, where it feels like my own body's trying to fight back against me, I am still going to fight for our freedom. And for our
You're
safety.
the most pessimistic optimist I've ever met, Mr. Kefris.
It is a rare quality indeed.
All right. I
That's
think
it.
that the two of you, pass the rest of the evening in silence. Morning comes. What's the plan?
Pack our shit, we're getting the fuck out of town.
GTFO!
All right. First light.
Silme is going to write a letter to Leo, which I will write tomorrow, Barry. But in basics, it's like, we have to leave very quickly. Please don't tell your brother. I will miss you. You're amazing. If you ever learn the message spell, contact me.
All right. So do you guys, I suppose you pack up the carriage, run back to the Blue Water Inn, pack up the carriage.
Pay our tab.
Pay your tab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been I can finally move the calendar. It's been a full day.
Haha!
It's been a full day.
Oh, there it goes. Day 4. Day 4 in Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that happens. You guys pack up the carriage. You start heading to the West Gate. Yes.
Yes. If we need, I could be a distraction.
I've already offered.
Yes, but you will get hurt and I won't. So, like... Well, And she like brushes her hair behind her shoulders. I know how to be a distraction.
I don't like the way you did that.
I don't know.
Are you-
That's really gross.
Are you trying to sneak out of here?
Calm and casual. Calm and casual. Like we're leaving.
Okay.
Just a
Because
day
I'm
hike.
just saying, the main road has the Burgomaster's house right on it.
Oh, super stealth-like.
Should we just go out the east gate and then circle around the
Loop
town?
around? Yes, I think that would be best.
There are north and south gates as
I
well.
think Southgate, and then
And this is a very wide city. It's a full mile.
Southgate.
Southgate.
All right. So you guys are going to dip out of the south gate. You are stopped by guards, and they're asking you your business going out the
I-
south gate.
Poke my head out. The outsiders need to go out for some reason, and I'm guiding them over to Kezek. Or right?
Yeah, Krezek.
Krelsk.
Krezek.
Krezek. The outsiders. What are the outsiders doing leaving the town?
Do we not have free will in this land?
Certainly, but I understand that the Burgomaster is expecting you.
Yes, well, something came up very suddenly. I have fallen pregnant, and I must go to this town to speak with their medicine man.
Roll deception.
Man. We have doctors.
I don't know. Please, someone clip that. That's a 15. That's not bad. Lady stuff.
The guard gives Bartholomew a look. Like,
Still me.
Bartholomew, I didn't think you were interested in girls.
Why does everyone say that? Is it because I'm soulless?
What?
Well, what? Miss, listen, there are plenty of physicians in town. The Burgomaster is going to be very disappointed. Hold on, I need to go talk to my supervisor.
I'm sorry. I'm
I-
sorry. Are you denying me my right to see the physician that I wish? Because that is important where I come from.
Ma'am, would you like to talk to my manager?
No.
I am going to poke my head out of the carriage, so we've all kind of like Scooby-Doo stacked ourselves at part. Well, I guess one of us would have to be driving. Who's driving?
Speedy.
Speedy was driving? Okay, so Kefris is going to pop his out, and he's going to look at this captain just dead in the eyes and say, "It's for me."
You're not about to tell me that you're pregnant, because that's going to
No.
be very awkward. Okay.
Do you see these? And I'll extend out my gecko pod hands.
Ugh!
Terrifying. I completely understand. This is why we need to go to Krezek. It's for a medicine man who says that they can heal me, but we need to go there. I don't want to be in front of the Burgomaster and look like, well, this.
Have they seen Izek?
I haven't seen him. What does he look like?
They don't know about the... And he gestures to his hand and makes like a claw motion.
I mentioned it to them a while ago. Did you know it's...
Did you know he has fire abilities?
I did not.
Yeah, his arm isn't gimpy anymore. It's like... clawy.
I'll look at the guardsman again and just say, he's inviting us as heroes, and do I look very heroic to you?
I'm not legally allowed to answer that question.
But if you were, what would you say?
I'd say roll a perception check.
All right.
I don't know, are you a cop?
That's a natural 20.
You have to tell me
Hey.
if you are.
All right.
Because I'm using my Heart of Darkness feature from my Haunted One background where people are more inclined to help me.
You're right.
Because I look gross.
Pity me! Classic Ilmater move.
Mhm.
All right. He's going to kind of like adjust his hat and go, okay. But it wasn't me who let you out, okay?
Not at all.
And if you find something out to help with this, do me a favor and refer Izek to that guy.
I will be sure to do so. He sounds like a lovely individual.
No, he's an asshole.
Is he? Well, I will treat him with respect. Now,
Listen,
thank
this
you.
medicine man might be able to cure you of whatever is going on here, but it won't cure that dickhead of his ego.
And they let you through the gate. Meanwhile, Leo arrives at the church with 5 invitations in hand. Actually, he arrives with 6 invitations in hand because he's been instructed to invite Father Lucian as well. And he finds, instead of his friends, a letter on the bed. And Leo just droops his head in disappointment.
And sets the letter on fire and walks off.
Left
Read it, just
left alone once again.
looks at darts and said they left me. Why does everyone leave me?
Darts gives you like a sad kind of puppy head tilt, and smoke just starts pouring from its eyes. And that's where we're gonna end for today.
I feel so bad.
My feels! I needed a parent's permission to sign up for this feels trip, and you took me on it anyways! Bad bus driver!
I had a party planned. I had party games. We were gonna have a grand old time with the Burgomaster, but no! Knights of the Courtyard.
All right, well, that is it for our show. I would like to say thank you to Danae for running such an incredible game of Curse of Strahd. Barry, thank you for coming by and joining us on this wonderful adventure through Spooky Town. Let's do some sign-offs. Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
My name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and stuff that is also on this channel. I play Coriander the Eldrin Paladin on Monday, and I run Curse of Strahd on Tuesday. I'm going to be here tomorrow playing Clemency Nettle in the Kids with Wands, Kids on Bikes hack. So drop on by to see that. That's going to be all kinds of fun if you're into Harry Potter and stuff. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Once again, that's DanaeKeener.com.
All right. RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I am RJ here on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice22 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life. And on Wednesdays, I'll be playing a bit of Monster Hunter, and Fridays, I'll be doing XCOM. I'm not going to reiterate the sad things that happen in XCOM because XCOM. You can catch me here on the Monday night game homebrew setting as Caleb, the Shadowkai Cleric. And, of course, Tuesday, Speedy, Bartholomew, Curse of Strahd. Catch me also on Sundays over at Pro Restar's channel, where I play G3, the barista inquisitive robot who has a murder girlfriend.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Barry, where can we find you? What do you do?
You can find me at Dammit Barry on Twitch and Twitter. I do have a Ghost of Saltmarsh game tomorrow, which I'm running starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and a Court of the Dragon Queen game the day after, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Apart from that, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else going on.
All righty. LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me here Mondays and Tuesdays on the Indoor Adventure channel. You can find me on Wednesdays at Dammit Berry's channel playing Ghost of Saltmarsh, where I play the Triton. And then on Sundays, you can find me at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Encounter Roleplay channel with GB, where I play a Victorian era Hocus, who is Irish, and I'm working on the accent. And we just left the 80s. She has hairspray in hand, so, you know, super hype. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on Pro Resource channel with RJ, and I play the mad Medusa-like character who lost her insanity and then got it back, and I'm just so happy she's insane again because it's so fun. And I'm doing the kitten stream, so if you go to my channel, you will see the kittens. Usually I stream from like 8:30 till 4, and I have music going. And then on Thursday night, I'm going to be playing some Overwatch, maybe with friends, so maybe come by.
Maybe come by, see some fun Overwatch.
Hear me curse, drink wine, say a lot of profanity. That's pretty much it.
This sounds like a fun stream. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey fella, how's it going? It's me, your buddy, your pal, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at Indoor Adventures, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have our Monday night homebrew game. We have our Tuesday Curse of Strahd being run by Danae. That was today's game. Then we have our one-shot Wednesdays, which is community one-shot. So if you are looking to either DM or play in a game, hey, you should join up on our Discord or find me on Twitter, and we will figure out how to make that happen. And Thursdays, we got Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which I am very excited for, as they currently are trying to take over a boat from a bunch of smuggly peeps, which is going to be incredible. But with that in mind, we also have our Patreon. So if you feel like supporting us and getting access to our after show, Nights in the Courtyard, you can join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. That way you also get access to pretty much everything else that I try and do for patrons, including one-shot adventures. I have a button maker. Do you guys want buttons? I can make you buttons. What do you want? But you can tell us on Nights in the Courtyard. So with that in mind, Danae, thank you again for running this game. Guys, thank you so much for coming here week after week, and we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody.